The UMass Lowell women's lacrosse team is coming off a tough loss in their conference opener to New Hampshire last Saturday. The team will look to get back in the win column and get everybody on the same page as they hop out of conference play for a matchup on the road against Bryant.
We're just looking to sort of get back on the horse. I think we had some good momentum at the beginning of the season. Despite our first game against a very good Dartmouth team, we had a number of really good games in the beginning of the season. I think we were operating much more as a team unit from our goalie to our first attacker. We were all sort of on the same page in a lot of games. And then somewhere along the line, we disjointed a little bit. Our defensive unit and our offensive unit haven't been able to sort of be on the same pattern. We've been a little disjointed, and I think that's had a lot to do with just sort of, moving the ball from one person to another because we kind of don't want the ball. We're scared to make mistakes. We're a little bit nervous, playing tight. So I think, if we can just change our mentality, our talent is there, our speed is there. We've got some good athletes and we've got some talented players, but we're playing a little scared and timid right now, and that's having a major impact on how we're able to manage our possessions, which is a major problem.
Head coach Carissa Medeiros has been pleased with her team's defensive effort and is looking for the team's offense to step up and alleviate some of the pressure the Riverhawks have faced in their defensive zone.
Yeah, it's hard because you want to be able to applaud your defense for a good defensive effort. It's really hard to play 55 minutes of defense. I think we did a decent enough job at it on Saturday, only allowing 16 goals when we literally played, I would imagine, 55 of 60 minutes of defense. You want to be able to applaud them for that type of effort, but you also want to be able to fire up your offense and be like, listen, you've got to balance the effort here a little bit more. I was talking to them a little bit about how, a team's best defense can be a good offense. And right now we haven't really been able to show that very much. There's been a few games where offensively we've been on, but for the most part, we're clearing the ball, we're getting it over to our attack restraining line, and then we're trying to pump a fast break and we're throwing it out of bounds, or we're throwing it into a defender's stick. So that takes really the momentum out of everything. If we're winning, scrapping out winning draws, doing a good job coming up with possessions from the circle, and then immediately throwing it away, it's going to be hard to really play with momentum and play with speed and tempo when the pattern is kind of just throwing it away. We've got a really good opportunity to compete with a really strong Bryant team. They're a team that went through the D2 to D1 transition quite a few years back at this point, and they've done a really great job in their conference. They're definitely a team that we feel that at some point we could really be super competitive with. And then we're looking for a good opportunity to play a little bit stronger on all sides of the ball this Saturday at home for our conference opener.
The Riverhawks and Bulldogs will play under the lights at 7 p.m. Wednesday before hosting the Retrievers in their first America East home game at 11 a.m. Saturday. Make sure to check out GoRiverhawks.com for more info.